The vision that brought the Institute for Faith and Learning into existence 25 years ago came from a few key leaders at Baylor who realized the importance of fostering the university's commitment to its historic Christian mission and identity.
I became provost in 1991, and one of the initiatives that was very much on my mind was getting a conversation started at Baylor on faith and learning.
A pivotal moment came when Baylor became a charter member of the Lilly Network of church-related colleges and universities.
There were initially 25 institutions selected to be a part of that original conversation, and Baylor was one of them, along with other Catholic and Protestant schools. Herb Reynolds was the president of Baylor at the time, and he asked Bob Baird and me to represent Baylor at their first meeting, which was in the fall of '91. I had just become provost. So Bob and I went to that meeting at Valparaiso. There were a total of 50 of us there or so, 2 from each charter member. And it was just a marvelous meeting. I'd never been to such a meeting before in my life with all these other Christian scholars, and both administrators and faculty members.
New relationships were forged between Baylor and other colleges and universities across the country that also were thinking in new ways about how to strengthen their own Christian mission.
I really didn't know Christian scholars outside the Baptist network or Baptist colleges. We were a silo in the literal sense. I didn't know Catholic scholars, let alone other Protestants, but once we got into that network, it introduced us to all these terrific leaders, real Christian scholars in that network that we introduced them to Baylor, and Baylor became acquainted with them. So it opened up doorways for Baylor to expand its network of connections in Christian higher education as never before.
Soon, Baylor leaders realized that the university needed an institute solely devoted to cultivating Christian mission at Baylor and beyond. With the encouragement of institutional friends like Professor David Solomon at the University of Notre Dame, IFL was created in September 1997 with the strong approval of Baylor's Board of Regents. Michael Beatty was named as its first director. It's been said that vision without action is just a dream, and that action without vision just passes the time. In the last 25 years, IFL hasn't just been passing the time. In its quarter of a century, IFL has hosted 28 major academic conferences. More than 8,000 participants have come to Baylor to explore some of the most important ideas at the intersection of faith and culture. Secularization, educating for wisdom, technology and human flourishing, human dignity and the future of healthcare, faith and film, the spirit of sports, the Bible and Reformation, environmental stewardship, art and imagination, and the list goes on. Some of the most distinguished and influential scholars and leaders have spoken at these conferences, and what's more, undergraduate and graduate students from all over the country have participated. A nod to IFL's commitment to cultivating the next generation of Christian thinkers. Ask anyone who has been a part of these conferences over the years, and you'll likely hear them say, IFL has made Baylor an annual gathering place for scholars from all over the world. James Davison Hunter has called IFL's conferences the premier public symposia in America. For 25 years, IFL's faculty development efforts have helped Baylor educators imagine how Christian faith might shape teaching and research. Reading groups, seminars, guest lectures. Over 700 Baylor faculty and staff have attended Communio, the week-long retreat held on the banks of the Frio River at Laity Lodge in the Texas Hill Country. Those who have attended Communio often say that it is the most meaningful experience they have ever had as a Baylor educator, an opportunity to discover anew their sense of purpose, a chance to become friends with colleagues across campus, a reminder of what Baylor can be. And IFL has always taken an interest in helping to prepare the next generation of scholars and servant leaders. The Crane Scholars Program is near and dear to its heart. Made up of some of Baylor's best and brightest undergraduates, the program is a unique 3-year experience of special dinners in the homes of faculty mentors, chances to think and discuss about faith and reason, Christian calling, and so much more. There's an annual retreat in the spring, with lots of time just to be in the company of one another. Along the way, Crane Scholars begin to realize how their time at Baylor might form them both intellectually and spiritually for the long run. Friendships begin among Crane Scholars that last a lifetime. What might we all hope for IFL's next 25 years?
The number one hope is that it will continue apace. That I was really concerned from the beginning that there might be a point at which support for the Institute would waver, particularly at the administrative level or at the board level. But it hasn't. It's really, it seems to me that over the years, the support for the Institute has not wavered at all. It's perhaps more, it is stronger than ever. And so my overriding hope is that will not fade in any way. It will only blossom even more over the years, if that's possible.
Well, as we look forward to the future, we might do 2 things. First, let's remember all the incredible people who have made IFL's work such a joy for a quarter of a century. Second, let's remember the words of Scripture that tell us to persevere in doing good. Callings are not always easy, and so that's why we must realize that despite all our efforts, we still need one another, and we always need hope. There's still so much good work to do. Through God's providence, the Institute for Faith and Learning will continue apace.
Happy 25th to IFL. Thank you for all that you do to help us to live out Baylor's Christian mission.
Happy 25th, IFL.
Happy 25th, IFL.
Happy 25th, IFL. Happy 25th, IFL. So grateful for all you do here at Baylor.
Happy 25th, IFL.
Happy 25th, IFL. What an incredible first 25 years. I can't wait to see what the next 25 hold.
Happy 25th, IFL.
Happy 25th, IFL.
Happy 25th, IFL. There's still so much good work to do.
Happy 25th, IFL.